Welcome to Jay's Straight Up Reviews and More. Today we're taking a look at the Authentic 200 from JBL. This is a line they just came out with recently, kind of trying to compete with the Marshall speakers, I think. This one is a plug-in only, has Wi-Fi. Kind of concerning, this came from Amazon, but both the safety seals, this one's really kind of been messed with. Both safety seals are broken. Now I got the 500 too, which is the bigger one. I'll do a video on that later. It came with its own brown cardboard box, JBL box. And then this box like this was within that. This just came in Amazon's box. So we're gonna unbox it and see what we have. It's starting to smell like this was maybe a return, and then Amazon's trying to pass it off on me. But we're gonna check it out. Let's go. All right, so like I mentioned, got this speaker in. Both safety seals are broken. So we're gonna unbox this and see if we can tell if maybe it's been returned. That's usually a telltale sign if both seals are broken. And then this one here is like, you can see it's really all like smashed in right there where that is. So I don't know, but we're gonna find out. Let's check it out. There it says Authentics Family. That's the 200 we're dealing with here. The 500, I'll do a video on it next. And the 300, I don't have that one. That one has a battery built into it, so it's got a handle. So these two are plug-in only, require electrical outlet. That one does play off the battery. So off the bat, that's a good sign. At least this box looks like it hasn't been tampered with. Let's just see what's in here. It's just your quick start guide and registration. Stuff that maybe some people will never look at. It's got a little plastic or paper sleeve that goes over, I guess, around the controls are. Let's see if we can get this out of here. It's not really too heavy. See if there's anything else in the box. Another paper sleeve. Crack bait. Looks like that's about all there is. There has to be a power cord somewhere. Let's see, got something underneath here. Yeah, there we go. That's going to be your power cord. So anyway, none of this looks like it's been tampered with, so maybe it's not used, hopefully. Yeah, it's just your standard, what I call a figure 8 power cord. Same kind of power cord you'd find on a party box speaker. So it's got a nice little cover that goes over this. Get that off of there. So underneath, I can feel and put my hand on it already. There's your large passive radiator, racetrack shaped. Some little feet to raise it up. Now, the design of this kind of looks like an old 60s speaker. You know, I guess that's the angle they're going for. I particularly don't like it. I don't think it looks that good. And it's kind of hard to tell, but it's not flat. Like if you look at it, it's kind of more raised in the middle section. So it's kind of curved a little bit. And here's your controls. You have bass and treble for your favorites, Bluetooth button, volume. On the back, oh, there's another thing covering this. Tells you about it, but there's your, you can have the camera on or off. You don't want the camera, or the microphone, excuse me. And it has your Ethernet port, 3.5 millimeter jack, a USB-C, which I'm not quite sure yet what that's for, and your power socket to plug your power cord into. So anyway, this texture here, it's really not quite as nice as the Marshall speakers. It's kind of that rubbery type of thing. They try to make it like have a grain to it, so it kind of looks like leather. Not quite to the Marshall quality. And this front just plastic. So for the price of this thing, these are not cheap. I believe this one's $350. $350 for that bad boy right there. And it's not very big. So anyway, we're going to back the camera up and we'll do a little sound check on this. See what we got. All right, so when I was setting this up, it'll work with Alexa. I can't say it or she'll respond. And Google, I got it set up with Alexa just fine. But when it's set up with Google, my fear has been realized. This was a returned unit. They put it back in the box really nice because it said when I set it up with Google that this device has been set up by a previous user. You have to factory reset it. So I went to the JBL One app, which is their new app that you have to use with this. And it had an option for factory reset. I did that, went back and set up the first Alexa, and then went back to Google to set it up, and it gave me the same thing. It won't let me set it up because it says I have to factory reset because it's already been set up by a different user. So shame on Amazon for sending out a used product on something that's a very pricey speaker. Very disappointed with that. So anyway, I'm going to, through the JBL One app, I'm going to see, this is how you have to have it all set up, but Alexa, play Getting Money by Dr. Jekyll and Mr. Hyde.
Shuffling Getting Money, 7-inch single version of similar songs on Amazon Music.
And that's Getting Money. Now you can't play too much of it. So anyway, you can set it up with those, but I'm going to have to figure out what factory reset they're wanting me to do because the one within the app did not work, which was disappointing. Like I said, that I was sent basically a used or a returned speaker. Now there's the JBL One app. As you can see, JBL Authentics 200. Now I set this up in here in the kitchen basement because this is kind of a speaker that you're more than likely going to be using in a setting like this, like in a bedroom or in the kitchen or in a den or something like that, where it's going to be set up and you're just going to kind of leave it plugged in and then use it whenever you need it. So let me go to Bluetooth. Let me switch this to Bluetooth and then we'll do a sound check on that. Okay, so within the JBL One app, it has a very similar setup like the Party Box speakers where you can adjust the bass, the mids, and the treble. Now from the speaker itself, there's a bass and a treble adjustment. So I'm going to run this with the EQ just flat. I'm going to run it flat, and then I've got the bass about 3/4 and the treble maybe a little bit shy of 3/4. So those are off the speaker itself. So we'll start this at 20%. Headphones on if you got them. This is sitting on the kitchen counter. Probably you're going to use this in the kitchen, in the bedroom, in the den, something like that. Just leave it plugged in all the time. So yeah, 20, it's real quiet. Most of them are. Let's go up to 40. Let's go up to 60. Let's go up to 80. Max volume. So I'm about 5 feet away from the speaker. It's pretty loud. There's not a lot of bass in that track there. Let's switch tracks and get something that has a little bit more bass into it. This is 40%. Let's go up to 60. Let's go to the app and let's adjust the bass up. Well, that made a difference, for sure. Wasn't that impressed with it as it was. Let's go up to 80. But could you love a haunted, haunted house? Or could you love me now? A haunted, haunted, I'm a haunted house. A haunted, haunted house. If you're just looking out, a haunted, haunted, I'm a haunted house. Now I scaled the bass back down. There for just a little bit, I had it all the way up on that slider. That was a little too much. It sounded like it was straining the speaker. Anyway, we'll go back to it. Let's go up to max volume, 100%. Change track, still 100%. 60%. 40%. And 20%. So there you go, guys. That's the first look at the JBL Authentics 200. I don't like that name, Authentics. I don't like it. But overall, like I said, I'm disappointed that Amazon sent me a return item, but it, for its size, is not bad. But man, the price is still $350 is still a lot of money for something like this. Whereas, you know, it does have Wi-Fi. I don't believe this one has Dolby. The bigger one does. So it is a good overall speaker. I don't like the looks of it that much either, really. I mean, it's kind of, I don't know, it looks kind of out of place. I know the Marshall ones are kind of designed like the amps, which I get that. This reminds me, I remember, seems like maybe my grandma or something when I was a little kid had a speaker similar to this that she had got in the 60s or something with that square design on the front. So not the wildest about the design of it, but it's overall a good speaker. I think if you need something just to, you know, like I said, sit in your kitchen or a bedroom speaker or something like that where you got Alexa and Google on hand whenever you need to just listen to some music with voice commands. But I still can't get the price is what gets me. So, but that's just me. I'm a tightwad by nature. But let me know what you guys think in the comments below of this JBL Authentics 200. Like I said, I've got the 500. I'll do a video on it. It's a much bigger, and I expect it costs a lot more too. I think it's $700, so that's getting really high. That's like almost where your party box 710 money, which is kind of crazy to think. But we'll check that one out next. But let me know what you guys think of this one. Like and subscribe if you haven't done so already. Subscribe today. It's free, costs you nothing. And Venom will tell you it's worth every bit of nothing. That's a wrap, guys. Catch you at the next one.